Good evening, Patriots. What we're seeing is Israel gearing up for what looks to be a massive ground assault. We know that for a few reasons. Reason number one, they've cut off all their water, food, electricity, everything. They're left in the dark. No food, no anything. Number two, they've sealed up the entire border and they surrounded the entire city of Gaza. Number three, they have moved 300,000 troops into the area of Gaza City, tanks, rockets, every military apparatus you can imagine, mortars, artillery, everything. The United States has moved aircraft carriers into the region. They have moved battleships. They are ready to make sure that this war is contained and that Iran and the rest of the Middle Eastern hostile countries do not get involved. So this is what an invasion of Gaza will look like when it comes. Okay, so now unless something magical happens, it looks like this is moving forward from everything that I can see from my military experience. This ground assault is going to be extraordinarily challenging. It is only 25 miles wide. However, it is a densely populated area where we will see a very tough door-to-door situation like Fallujah, except it will be much worse. So let's zoom in here. This little strip down here is Gaza. They have been surrounded. The Israelis have secured the border. They have moved all the terrorists back into the Gaza Strip, and they have completely and utterly surrounded it. Now, there's only one way in to Gaza from Israel, which is right here. And then there's only one way out, which is in through Egypt right here. Okay. Only one issue is nobody's coming to Israel. Israel has completely closed the borders, and nobody is welcome. Nobody's allowed out of the Gaza Strip into Israel. It's too big of a risk for Israel. So the only way out is through Egypt. There's only one problem with that. Egypt's not letting them out. Okay? Egypt is not letting them out. Hamas is not letting people leave. They're forcing them to stay there. Okay? Its own citizens, they're forcing them to stay there. So here's what we're going to see, which is my prediction. We're going to see a major push into Gaza. Right now, we are just bombing. They're bombing. They're taking out spotting towers. They're taking out military points. They're taking out Hamas meetings. They're taking out all of the terrorists. That's what we're doing. We're going to see an assault from the north, and they're going to sweep through, and we're going to keep this area blocked out to make sure that nobody comes out the side of Gaza, and they force them through Gaza and force them into Egypt. That is my prediction. We're going to start seeing airstrikes. That's coming soon. We're going to start seeing ground assaults. They're going to rip this wall down. They're going to pull through, and they are going to destroy Hamas and make sure that their people are safe moving forward. Now, we do have some other threats coming from the region. Number one, that's the Gaza Strip. But this right here is the West Bank. Now, the West Bank is also Palestinian territory. It's under Palestinian rule. These people in the red part, and look where Jerusalem is. These people, for the most part, wholeheartedly agree with these people. A lot of them. Not every single one of them. There's a good mixture over there, good and bad. This is mostly people who hate Israel, who want to annihilate every Jew and every American off of planet Earth. That is their philosophy. That is what they want. It is not a game to them. It is not a joke. For all of you who feel that this is an occupation and that Israel is a totalitarian, abusive, warmongering state, you don't know what you're talking about. You know nothing about this conflict. You know nothing about history. You don't understand the mentality of extreme Islamic terrorists. This is what they are. This is who they are. So the West Bank, Israel has to watch out for, and Lebanon. Now, there is another group of terrorists that is also funded by Iran called Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah has already started bombing northern Israel, to which bombing has retaliated. So they have a few fronts they are worried about. They are fighting. They have some serious concerns. However, Israel is very equipped to handle this. This is one of the most powerful, most sophisticated militaries on planet Earth, is Israel. And they will have the full backing support of the United States and its allies. We will see this invasion come soon. There's only two things that's going to prevent that from happening. One is, now that they have this contained, if there's a major assault from the north and they're overrun. That's the only thing that's going to stop this from happening right here. Or the Israeli citizens, or the Palestinian citizens rather, hunt down the Hamas terrorists and kill them themselves. Form another government and appeal to the Israelis for help. Make no mistake, the Hamas terrorists are the ones to blame for this. Israel is not to blame for this. All these videos, all these pictures, all of these horrific sights you're seeing in the Gaza Strip is planned propaganda. It's planned. They took Israeli hostages back there. They have their military compound, their military base underneath a hospital. So Israel, that is now a legitimate military target. They're going to bomb that target. They're going to do whatever is in the best interest of keeping Israelis safe. So they bomb the military base, then they turn around and say they're bombing a hospital. They meet in a building. They bring a bunch of women and children and civilians with them to their military meeting, or hide them, and then Israel bombs them because they're bombing the terrorists who are using these innocent people as human shields, then posting their videos all over the place, all over social media. Dead children, dead women, dead civilians. This person, if you look at every video, you can see how staged it is, and everybody's standing around with their cameras out. This is planned propaganda. This is part of the campaign of this war that they started 2 days ago in Israel. This is part of it. Now, the next part of it is going to be a major battle. This is not going to be fun for Israel. There is going to be IEDs. There's going to be bunkers. They've already built underground tunnels. They are ready for Israel to invade Gaza. That's exactly what they want. They want them to invade Gaza so that they can get sympathy from the United Nations, who's a bunch of knucklehead yahoos who don't understand even what this is even going on here. It's very sad, and it's terrible what's happening to the innocent men and women in Gaza. And I know I have people who listen to my show over in Israel and over in Palestine, the Western Front. I can see the statistics where my viewers are. I have viewers in the Middle East, and the Palestine's best course of action is to find these terrorists themselves and turn them over to Israel. They are the ones using your children as human shields. They're the ones who brought this upon all of you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Have a good night.